What is going on, everybody? Anon here, and the summer swoon is here, and holy shit, is it wrecking absolutely nothing. Um, I don't want to say this is unprecedented, but yeah, let's look at the data. So SV base, we're gonna get right into it, and then I'll talk to you guys about some of the things I've heard today regarding mega evolutions, um, because we've started to see some purchase orders, some preliminary purchase orders for distribution, and what the numbers look like. So, I think I'm generally the first person to put out any sort of even anecdotal, but and I'm generally pretty much on. So, SV base back up to 218, 219 in May was kind of the all time high, and then it dipped down. We're back up 218, up $17. Again, this is really in the last month since June 10th, and for all intents and purposes, it's kind of the beginning of summer. School's out, people start going on vacations, and um, Pokemon becomes less of an item that people care about. What's interesting is we've actually had a little bit of an uptick in sales in the last 2 weeks, which is probably reflective as to why this has happened. Paldea evolved, keep zooming, man. 375. That did pull back a little bit in the last couple days, but it's what I see on TCG Player is a bunch of very low feedback sellers, probably just trying to net $325 on this because they can, which is fine. To each their own. So up $75 again last month. The sales have been strong. Still 5 per day, which is the strongest of any set outside of Surging Journey and Destin, the three most recent. Obsidian Flames. This is the only set that's taken a little bit of a step back, and you know, quite honestly, it probably deserves to. Not a whole lot of sell through. A little bit of an uptick from 2 to 3. Paradox Rift back up to 220. This and Temporal, I think, they're about to take a step forward. And the fact that every single one of these booster boxes is up since early June, except for Obsidian Flames, and every single ETB is up except obviously Black and White, should terrify and scare the shit out of everybody here, because once September comes and people start paying attention to this again and people start refocusing interest, these boxes are going to zoom. And all the unmarket educated YouTubers that have been talking about this crash, it's all bullshit because the data shows otherwise. You have sales that have lightened up, but the prices continue to go upwards because the products are either selling at local stores, they're being opened by ribbon shippers, or sellers are just like, screw you, I don't have to sell at your price, so I'll just pull it off the market. It's pretty remarkable what we're seeing. Temporal up at 228. I think it was as high as 235. So it's come back a little bit. But, 3 boxes selling a day, which is fine. Twilight, 285, right around an all-time high. Again, only 2 boxes selling a day. So 285 feels like it's a little toppy for that one right now. But we'll see. I mean, for all I know, that thing could zoom up to 325 next time I do the video. Stellar Crown up to 225 all-time high. Still selling 4 boxes a day. For this set to sell 4 boxes a day is absolutely amazing. Surging back to 253. They keep trying to hammer it with reprints. It just doesn't work. 13 boxes selling a day for a set that came out in November, which is almost 8 months old, is absolutely amazing. People keep buying it, and they keep buying it right around its high. Um, at some point, they're gonna take a pause for 3-4 months on reprinting it, and it's gonna take another leg up, and it's gonna happen. I think the highest it's been was around 275, and then the first reprint hit. But yeah, it's super resilient. Journey together. Look at this. Touch 200, 205, right back to 220. And the non-enhanced booster box is sitting at 235. So you have a set that everybody kind of shit on, and it's a small set like Stellar Crown. I would argue it's probably a little bit of a better set, um, certainly as value wise, but it's sitting at 220. It's selling 11 boxes a day. It's selling almost as many boxes as Surging Sparks is. So it just goes to show you this is a raging bull market and everybody wants and is buying the product. And they're buying the product at the current prices, which means that they're not going to be the current prices for long in the middle of summer. Now, before we talk Destined, what I did here was I took the cumulative daily sales. So I just want to show you guys, and this is everything except for Destined, because it's new product, so it skews the data. This is how many boxes have been selling a day. So I just want to show you guys how the market slows down going into summer. I thought this was a super interesting and very, very simple thing for people to understand. So on May 25th, the trailing 30 days. So this is effectively April 25th to May 25th was 91 boxes. Now we go to May 11th to June 10th, 77. May 29th, 31 days, yep, to June 28th. Now you're at 52 boxes. So you're drying up. You're drying up relatively quickly, and it's nothing in general. I think some of it's skewed by some of the mayhem. There weren't any Pokemon Mayhem sales. Never mind. It doesn't matter. The last ones were Pokemon Day, and those were mine. And then you go to, the last 30 days from today, you're at 48 boxes. So 48 boxes, it's not like these are selling 0 or 1 a day. There is active sell-through, and there's days, on the weekends when these are selling 10, 11, 12 boxes. So I don't know what this looks like compared to last summer. And quite honestly, I don't give a shit because it doesn't matter. But we're seeing slowing sell-through with accelerating price action. So once you start seeing accelerating sell-through, it's just going to take the accelerating price action and turbocharge it. And I would be shocked if some of these boxes aren't north of $300, multiple of these by November, because then people are going to look at the finish line in a sprint to April when they rotate out of print. And that's just what's going to happen. Destin, so 260. Everybody was like 260. It's not worth shit. Blah blah blah. Well, guess what? It's 265 now, and it's about to take another leg up to probably 275 to 285. There aren't that many boxes in the market. It's hard to get. The second wave already came out and just got annihilated, and it's selling at 48 a day. And quite honestly, the value of the cards in the set is good, which is what I've been saying from day one. So, if you're talking shit on Destined Rivals, you're wrong. I hate to tell you, but you're just wrong. So, moving to the ETBs. Before I don't mean to bury the lead here. So, on Mega Evolutions. So, I've talked about how, in my opinion, they're going to print Mega Evolutions 1 heavily to try to stem the price action and to take a step back. Now, when I said that initially, I didn't realize that Wizards was going to pull back so heavily on print runs, and they are. You think Edge of Eternities is bad, the next 2 sets are worse. It's going to be mayhem. I mean, every one of those play boxes is going to MSRP and above, and you're going to have to pay to play. It's just the way these guys are going to play the game. So I don't know what, if any, impact it's had on the Pokemon Company. But it looks like MEO1 is just a tick above Destined Rivals. I was hoping for 20 or 30% more. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I'm guessing MEO1, whether you like it or hate it, it's going to be north of $200 when it comes out. And it just is what it is. So there you go. There's your first information on what allocations are going to look like, what total populations and purchase orders look like. And, congratulations to those of you who have made it this far into the video, because I think a lot of people are going to be like, it's a new base set and this and that. And the print runs are going to be through the roof. It's not. and they're all wrong. So you're welcome. Moving to 151. All-time high, 276. I think there's two no-name garbage sellers from 250 to under here. Selling 3-day. These things are going to be $300 probably within 2 or 3 weeks. Paldean Fates over $200. I ran a sale on Paldean Fates booster bundles. I sold the full display to my premium folks for $520 each, and my elite folks for $550 each. The sealed displays on TCG Player lowest list is over $800 now. My sale was 6 weeks ago. Paldean Fates is absolutely skyrocketing, and nobody's paying attention to it. The bundles are skyrocketing. The 3-pack stickers are skyrocketing. The ETBs are skyrocketing. This is a set that if it does not get anything reprinted, and if it does, it might be bundles. Who knows? These ETBs are probably... I don't want to say they're going to pass 151, because then I'd sound like a complete idiot. But they could trade at 75% of what 151 does. And it's not because it's a super popular set. It is. It's certainly not as popular as 151. But if it's, I don't want to say half the print run, but supremely more scarce, because there's been a lot more 151 printed, but a lot of Paldean Fates opened. Paldean Fates is probably the best specialty set sitting right now. The problem is you can't get it. I mean, I just picked up 43 cases of sticker collections, and I took it to my Discord and I said, look, here's my price. It's $575 per. I think it was $575 per. And it was 12 sticker collections. So 36 packs. And I mean, look, the packs are selling for $12. So a little bit of a discount, but the sticker collections right now are selling for $35. And, there's a few selling here and there, but it's not about the price point today. Those cases are going to be over $1,000 by the end of the year, because the packs are going to be over $15 by the end of the year. And that's just the way these things work as they start to dry up and they get toward the end of their life cycle. And there's very few people on YouTube that understand that. So speaking of end of the life cycle, Shrouded Fable, figuratively speaking, because they're not going to print more. The ETBs are at $70. And I want to talk in depth about this, because this is where you're going to see the market shift so fast. It's going to be a rug pull that nobody sees coming. 5 of these selling a day. There are 9 cases listed on TCG Player of ETBs. That's 90 ETBs, but 9 cases. And they're listed at $625 a case. There are 113 loose ETBs. Now, granted, there's only 5 selling a day, but 30 days from now, there's not going to be any supply left on the market. Now, I know there's a lot of these sitting out there, a lot of these that have been socked away. I have 600 coming just because I thought it was time. I had the opportunity before the opportunity disappeared. But we're 15 ETBs away from these being priced at $90 on TCG Player. So it's not going to get a reprint. If you want the product, you got to get it now, or it's going to be too late. There's going to be a point probably by the end of the year, if they keep hammering Prismatic Evolutions, where the Shrouded Fable ETBs are going to be selling for a higher price than Prismatic, which is absolutely insane. But that's what happens when you have scarcity and a lesser product versus a product they keep hammering. There's an artificial ceiling that gets put on it until the product stops dumping. And it's the way it goes. Prismatic still at 110. There's a lot of product that has to churn. It's still selling 33 a day. Black and white, 113, 110. I mean, these things have been super resilient. I know they're a little bit cheaper on eBay. Last I checked, they were $85 or $90 each. I haven't checked recently, so shame on me. But there's no shot these hit MSRP at $50. It's just not going to happen. So Anyway, guys, that's what I know. I would, if I wasn't buying in large quantities from distribution, I would probably be placing pre-orders on MEO1, um, just because, the print runs are not increasing as I expected them to. Because I think either the Pokemon Company can't, they're printing so many different things that they're tapped out, or as they said back in March or April at one of their offsites, their print capacity is tied up with other customers until Q1 of 2026. Um, and I know we talked about the UK printing migrating from the US to Europe at some point in June. That very well may have happened, but it certainly didn't happen in time for Mega Evolutions 1. Perhaps we see it for Mega Evolutions 2, which, by the way, is the Paldea Evolved slot, for those of you keeping track. And then now you have Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast, going crazy with tightening print runs up, and a lot of the mania from Pokemon is moving to Magic because people see what the price cap is here, and they see the price action for some of the collector boxes and items for Magic the Gathering, and now you can get a better return quicker from Magic than you can for Pokemon. So it's I never thought I'd say this, but it's like I don't want to say it's a cripple fight because it's exactly the opposite. It's a fight to see who can have their product rip in this market the quickest. Now, again, I don't think Pokemon is actually doing that, but they do have to be cognizant of they are competing against Magic the Gathering to some extent. It is what it is. Now, is that 10% of the potential buyers? Is it 60%? I have no idea. I'm sure they have those data points, but it's going to be fascinating. Yeah, if Pokemon blows out print runs and crushes the price of a set, everybody's going to go to Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is going to absolutely explode, and Pokemon's going to be dead for 2 years. And that's just the way it's going to be. So I don't think they'll risk it. And it certainly doesn't look like they're going to with MEO1. But we'll see. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the Discord, and have a great night.